Orlando, Indianapolis, Houston, and now. Yeah. Black Ink Radio.
What's up? Ooh, can I hear it? Is my mic on?
It's on. I hear you.
Oh, I couldn't hear shit for a minute. What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Coley Cole, in the building. If you guys see my pretty face and you guys hear my voice, you guys already know what time it is. It's Tuesday, and it's time for Wasted Talent. All right, let's jump into this shit. So last week, for those of you guys that were here, and maybe some of you guys that missed it, I'm going to give you guys a quick little recap. So we touched up on what's happening with Black Ink Crew. It's going to be the last season, and we're speculating on where the show is going to be moving to. So I think that Zeus Network is probably going to pick this show up. Or what do you think, Rich?
I don't know. You just got to see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're going to see what happens. But the new season for Chicago is going to be coming up. I saw the previews for that. And then I don't actually know when the new season or the new and last season for New York is going to be airing. Do you know when that is? You don't know? All right. Well, that's going to be up to...
Don't know anything. Yeah,
that's going to be coming up soon. So we'll keep you guys posted on those details. But let's get into this battle from last week. Now...
Right.
So last week I had Trey 80 Future, and I had Rock. What's it? Rock 2 Key.
It's Rock Key, right?
Is it Rock Key? It's just Rock Key.
Rocky, yeah.
I thought it was Rock 2 Key too. Well, so I had Trey and Rock, and we were doing a little bit of a promo so that you guys can get an idea of what's going to be coming up soon for the cipher that I'm going to be having. And let's just say we got to give it up for my boy Trey, because Trey ate that fucking competition the fuck.
Damn, we doing Rocky like that?
I mean, Rocky he got ate the fuck up, and he got escorted out. He excused himself.
He did. He got escorted out. Not escorted out.
I had the feedback that I had from last week's show was almost embarrassing. It was actually pretty funny, but it was almost embarrassing. I had someone tell me that when he left, they were like, he don't have no real friends, because if he had real friends, his friends would have messaged him while he was being all awkward and told him, look, listen, I'll grab your backpack and just meet you out front. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How about his friend was right here saying, nigga, what are you doing?
I mean...
On the mic.
I mean,
Raps.
Apparently his management was in the building, and I mean...
Oh, no, not his management.
His management was in... And I'm just like, shit, like...
That is dumb funny.
I was told this man ain't got no real friends. He need to fire all his friends, his team, including you, Rich, because they said they affiliated y'all two together. But it was
my dude.
But it was terrible. I'm sorry, nigga was fucking.
That was just shocking, because he begs for opportunities like that.
That's the thing. And so I gotta put this on blast, because what you not gonna do is hit me in my DMs talking some bullshit. I love you, Rock. You the homie and all, but he messaged me, right? And he said, now mind you, he had begged to be onto the show. He's always asked me, when you gonna put me on, when you gonna let me get an interview, when you gonna let me perform, all these different things, right? Yada yada woo woo. Fine, pull up Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's like, yeah, I can freestyle, I can do everything, blah blah blah. He gets here and says that he's not a battle rapper, this and that, yada yada woo woo. DMs me, and he was like, yo, since you say I'm not a rapper, give me your number so that I can send you some music. So I just replied simply with, no, thank you. And and I mean, he did feel some type of way about that. But I mean, it's if you look at the footage, which I am going to post, I was trying to be polite by not posting the footage, because it was that bad on his behalf. I hate to say it, but like, you were there, and C was there, maybe Goddess was there, and
I mean,
was not,
the footage.
Your spirit was there. The Goddess spirit.
You saw that shit.
And it was, you know what I'm saying? I want to be positive and I want to spread love and stuff, but it's very, very hard, because followed up by me saying no, thank you. He hit me with the only reason why Trey won the competition, and mind you, it was a promo that I was pushing. There was no winner or loser. I mean,
apparently there was a loser.
Yeah, there was definitely. You made yourself out to be the loser.
Sorry, bro.
He said the only reason why Trey had won that competition was because I paid him.
Wow.
Now y'all look. If anybody know me, one thing I'm not gonna do is pay a motherfucker to come up and just ruin you. Like, it's either you got it or you don't. Listen, Rich is hosting with me at that point, and he put you to shame.
Yeah.
So did I fucking pay Rich too?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you were just trash, and that's just what the fuck it was.
You were just wow.
I mean,
she said you were just trash,
and that's true. The thing is,
so wait, would she feel like you made him go extra harder by paying him?
He said that I basically had set Trey up to win. I paid him. You know, he was already well prepared. All these different things, and so that's why Trey had won the competition.
Oh, so you said basically you were setting him up from the beginning.
I was setting him up from the beginning.
So you had a motive from before to set him up.
And why would I do that?
That's what I'm trying to get at.
And why would I pay Trey of all people? Like, Trey is very talented on his own. Trey is doing a 30-day challenge, and he freestyles on a regular for 30 days straight. Like, he's got that going on his Instagram. You guys can go and check it out for your damn selves. There's no reason I need to pay him for that. Like, if I'm going to pay somebody, it's going to be somebody that's actually, like, a top artist to come and, like, eat your ass up. But, like, no. If we're gonna give a scale on things, and it's really not to be disrespectful, but I feel like you disrespected me in my DMs by telling me that I paid somebody to make you look bad when you did a good enough job for yourself. Let's talk about your weird behavior, okay? So you're laying on the couch. You're walking back and forth.
Period.
You're not looking at the camera.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? You're going back and forth with me, Rich. You're prolonging the process.
Period.
You said that you didn't want to fucking beat. You do the acapella. We give you a beat. You choose the beat, and you couldn't even kill the goddamn beat. You give your opponent the fucking mic. Like,
period.
What sense does that make? Should I go on about how you sabotage your motherfucking self?
Period.
Should I? I don't think you want me to do that.
Period.
So,
yeah, that's crazy. All that shit sounds crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and then you leave the competition early on your own accord. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. How can I set you up for something that you literally were failing on your own, baby? That's like, that's showing up to a test when you didn't study. What you think you're going to do past that shit? It doesn't make sense. So no, I did not, for all you guys to know, I did not set him up for failure whatsoever. He did that on his own. I don't know, like, what the circumstances was. Like, I don't know if you were on something or whatever the case may be. And I would obviously give you a chance to redeem yourself, but it was pretty bad. So it's like, now you got to pay. You want to come back, now you got to pay. Because I didn't charge you either. Let's not do that.
And you definitely should come back, because I want you to show people better. That was crazy.
Well, I mean, people had told me that he had a performance at KOD, and that didn't go too well either. So I'm not really sure. I think I was there that evening, and I actually had to leave early, so I'm not really sure how that whole event went. And it's like, you know that I support you and stuff, but when you step to me, like, I did something to you, now I'm going to let you know, like, who you fucking talking to. Because I'm not her.
You going to put a challenge place, huh?
Absolutely. That was very disrespectful.
Spank.
Yeah, and if it was bad, it was bad. And the thing is, I didn't even post footage out of respect for not wanting to hurt your feelings or be disrespectful whatsoever. But it's like, if you want to see why you didn't do well, I'm going to show you why you didn't do well. The footage is going to be coming soon, y'all.
Period.
Rich, what did you think about it? Because I feel like to save the competition that I rigged, apparently, you had to start freestyling, which you did dope. So what are your thoughts?
And you know, I didn't want to jump in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it wasn't. No, I didn't. Honestly, I wanted to mind my business. But it just.
When you ever mind your business?
It just seemed so one-sided. You know, and then when the nigga went and sat in the audience, I was hurt because I fuck with him. You know, Rocky, my dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, why would I sabotage? Why are you going to sit down? Like, why are you? Like, he was just. I don't know. The behavior was weird. I don't know if he was thrown off by anything. I don't know, but.
Well, where did you think he was going? A baby shower? You knew he was coming here to fucking rap. Stop playing with me.
Not a baby shower. That's true. Like, I don't get it. I don't know.
So, overall, though, what did you think of the competitors? Because next week, I want you guys to know, is going to be the beginning of something epic. I've got some really, really dope talent coming through next show. And you're going to see, like, a real competition here.
Overall, I feel like, what's his name, 380?
Trey
80 Truth, yeah, Trey 80. I know it has something to do with the 380.
Well, the E is a 3, so it's Trey 80 Future.
Right, it's a 380, so it's a gun. Point blank. Yeah, he was dope. I like his energy. I like his, you know. He had some bars, you know what I'm saying? He was good. So, you know, overall, I think he was a good rapper. I know that Rocky is a good rapper, so, you know, it's just I don't know, but I just wanted to see a good battle, and I felt like we was robbed of that.
So
and that's why I jumped up.
Did I rob him, or did he rob himself?
No, he robbed us of a good battle because he didn't jump in the ring, and that's why.
My guns out.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot. But that's why I felt like I had to, say something because they needed some back and forth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't really getting it. And I was like, damn, this is, but.
It was the other part about literally, come on now, like, you have a song, you chose the song, and you're like.
He chose the beat, and they want to rap over the beat after that.
I don't mean when he chose the beat. I'm talking about when he had his own song.
Oh.
When you had your song on there, you could, like, if you know that you're not a freestyler, that's cool. But you have an opportunity to show your talent, to present your talent, your true talent. You say that this is what you do, this is what you're passionate about. You picked the song that you wanted to perform, and you didn't even kill that. And it seems like the rap
I almost forgot about that.
Yes, like it was like a bunch of mumbling and stuff. Even in the freestyle, you could tell that the freestyle was clearly written because it was aimed towards somebody else. Yeah. And that's why towards the end, you know what I mean? I picked up on all this stuff. The show's called Wasted Talent, but we still be very clear-minded.
Very
you feel me? So it's like the freestyle that you chose was something that you did not write. It was definitely meant for someone else. And once you ran out of those bars, that's when you start hitting the ad-libs. And then you started hitting ad-libs for your own song because you forgot your lyrics.
Wow.
And if you guys don't believe me, I will be posting that footage again, so you guys stay tuned to that. But Rich Mo, I mean, I appreciate you for stepping in. It was a very struggle battle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that was any type of competition because you gave up on yourself. And us here, like, I'm just speaking the facts and the truth here. But like, we do fuck with you. We do believe in you. But it's like you were and it was an embarrassment, but not to just us for believing you, but to yourself because you gave up. And you had the opportunity to redeem yourself. I mean, I would say you're going to come back, but since again, you say that I paid somebody to, I guess, make you look bad when you did a good enough job of that yourself, I'm going to charge you for the next time that you come.
You gotta pay. You gotta pay like you wait, buddy.
You gotta pay like everybody else.
You gotta pay, buddy.
Period. Oh, is that mean? Goddess? That's mean? Oh. Tragic. So yes, next week I definitely have a really good lineup. So you guys stay tuned to. Yeah, next week is gonna be a nice little show, and you know that we are gonna have a live audience. You guys are always welcome to come to the live audience. Make sure you guys follow me at Cole's World and DM me for details if you guys want to be a part of the competition that I obviously pay people to make you look bad. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. Oh, did you have something else you wanted to say about that?
No, not
all right, so let's just jump into this news. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I want to be able to discuss with you guys. One of these things that's been trending lately is, have you guys heard about the transgender inmate?
No. So
there's a transgender inmate that identified as female. I posted the before and after when he was a man and then turned into a woman. He got locked up, and the next thing you know, he ended up impregnating 2 female inmates. So it still has its parts. It still has its parts because I'm not like really up to date as far as like the he, she, they, binary, like everybody that like that's just too much. It's either you're a man or you're a woman to me. There's like no.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know transgender, because female and male is about your genitals, ain't it? So
if you're a transgender woman, you were a man turning into a woman. Man, if you're transgender man, you're turning into a female.
I understand that, but there's one where I forgot whether it's transgender or transsexual, but one is with a sex change and one isn't. One has.
Well, it's transgender. All articles have said transgender. Mm-hmm. Technical term is transsexual. So okay, so if you're transsexuals, then you have the boobs, but you still have the dick. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Your penis or you have your vagina. Gotcha. So I want to be politically correct on that.
But see, that's the reason why they shouldn't have. They should. See, that's the thing. He's supposed to be in a male jail, because when I was locked up out here, There was someone who looked so much like a woman, long ass weave, titties and all, and she was with the boys. So at the end of the day, he should have been with the boys too.
So here's the issue with that.
I think they didn't check.
Here's the issue with that, and here's the issue that I have. So I'm gonna address the issue with that first, and then I'm gonna address the issue with that. Most transgender women say that they fear for their lives going to an all-male jail. They feel like they're going to be assaulted, they're not going to be accepted, that they literally are going to be targets. So they want to be placed with the women. Now, while some of the transsexual women, is that how that's how that would be? Transsexual women, see, I can't even keep up. They actually are effeminate, and they're not going to try to sleep with the female inmates. So it's like it's kind of like a double-edged sword a little bit, because you can't really trust those that say that they aren't and that they are. You don't know until you're in that situation. And so out of fear for their lives, they asked to be put into the female prisons, jail systems, so that they feel a lot safer, because the women are not going to try them the way that a man would try them. A lot of them fear that they would be raped. But in cases like this, it's like kind of mind-boggling to me, because if you look at this person's profile, I can't recall their name off the top of my head anymore, but if you look at their profile and stuff, like of them being a male, it doesn't seem like they were really that effeminate. It just seems like they were trying to pass a certain way so that they could still be with the women. I could be completely wrong, but that's just my personal opinion on that.
Right.
Now, where I have an issue is I don't have a problem, and I want to make this very, very clear. I am fully. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I am fully supportive to the LGBTQ community. I have gay friends. I have bisexual friends. I don't care about people's lifestyles personally, because your lifestyle doesn't affect my day to day.
Right.
It doesn't affect my bag. It don't affect shit. So you be who the fuck you want to be. I don't have a problem with that at all. Now, where I do find an issue with that is now they are allowing, and I don't know if it's a federal law or if it's state by state, they are allowing for transgender women to use female bathrooms. This is the problem, okay? Where I see the issue is, I don't have children, but I wouldn't want my daughter going into a restroom by herself, someone claiming to be a transgender woman, and they're actually a predator. Now my child isn't safe. Now I'm gonna go with her naturally. You should, especially if they're under a certain age. You should always go into a public restroom with them. But at the same time, I feel like in essence, that's kind of an excuse to be able to go into these environments, go into the female's dressing room or a public bathroom or whatever the case may be, and be able to violate women. So what's the result for that? Have a unisex bathroom. You know what I mean? Have a his, hers, and that's what I think the family restrooms are for.
One, so that you could the family can go in there.
But and it's like I said, I'm not knocking anybody's lifestyle, but I definitely don't think that transgender women, just because there's so many people that can claim that just to be predators, should be allowed to use female restrooms.
Right.
How do you feel about that, Rich? Because you are a man with a baby girl. How old's your daughter?
I feel she's 6.
She's 6.
I feel so long as you still have your male genitals, you should have to use a male bathroom. That's it. That's the best way to see it.
Absolutely.
If you have male genitals, you should go to a male bathroom, because, like you said, how like, you know, you can shock somebody. You in the bathroom, you're using the bathroom, a little girl going in and see that,
and you're still standing up.
Yeah.
Mommy, I'm confused.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Like, there's been situations with transsexual women going into the restrooms and little girls saying like, oh, this person was looking into, like, you know how like the public stalls, I mean, they have the doors and stuff on them, but there's still cracks in between the doors. So, mommy, this person was peeking in, and then you come out and, you know, you find out that they got a wig on, they maybe have some fake titties or something like that, but they've still got male parts, and you're staring at my child. I'ma fuck you up on sight. Because you feel me? You feel me, Goddess? Okay, cool. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want this to be perceived as me taking a dig at the LGBTQ community or trans men, women. I don't care what you are, who you are, but I'm going to protect myself and mine at all costs, because if anybody steps to me that's mine and tells me you violated them, it's on sight when I see you.
And that's on.
That's on, period.
You feel me?
Now,
I agree, man. I just feel like it's a lot of gray areas, and I feel like a lot of these people want you to
ain't
be
nothing about that grade to me.
A lot of people want you to be sensitive to what they got going on, which is understandable. But then you got people getting pregnant in jail. Like, that shit is not right.
Like, that situation doesn't happen if you don't have the male parts.
You're not even supposed to be desiring them women. The whole point is for that not to happen. Now, if you don't want to be around the men, then you should be in solitary. This isn't camp. It's a punishment.
Yes, but solitary confinement can make you go crazy. If your crime, for example, is something as small as, like, to me, I'm sorry, but something like marijuana, going to jail for weed is like, that's a petty crime to me.
Right.
You didn't hurt anybody. I ain't never heard of nobody fucking dying for some goddamn weed. They might have ate up all your goddamn food, but they not gonna go shoot nobody. They gonna be too slow. They gonna be a lot more.
But Cole, even as a celebrity, when you go to jail, you in solitary confinement.
Over weed?
Over anything you go to jail for. You know why?
I've never heard that.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
Educate
why.
me, please.
Because it is a risk to have a regular person inside the population. I mean, to have a celebrity in the population. It will cause a riot in the jail. For the safety of all the inmates, they put people like that in solitary confinement regardless.
So that's why Gutter, Thug, and majority of, like, YSLs. Well, is it just Gunna and Thug that are in solitary confinement, or is it like all of YSL pretty much?
I don't know for sure who's in there, but I'm sure them two are.
Okay. So, I don't know. Those are just my views on that. I don't think that should be something that's permitted unless you have all your male reproductive parts removed and you can't harm anybody with it. And I'm not digging anybody. I know people can't perform the surgeries. Not everybody can not perform, but afford the surgeries.
Right.
And I completely understand that. I completely respect that. And I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through. But ultimately, because of others out there that are predators, I don't feel like you should be able to use a woman's restroom. Because like I said, if you look at mine, if you touch mine, you getting fucked up on site.
I agree.
That's just what it is.
I agree.
In other news, have you guys seen the Sesame video?
No, what's that?
So this is actually pretty sad, and literally I watched this and I was so heartbroken to see this. What happened was this family went to, I believe it's called Sesame World, and it's like the Sesame Street characters or something like that. The character Rosita, she was whatever, I don't know what kind of bird creature, whatever the fuck it is, but it was walking through and it was passing by people. It was waving, all happy, doing dances and stuff like that, giving high fives to children, like just showing all types of love. There was these two little black girls, beautiful little girls, beautiful, sweet looking little girls. And, they reached out so that they can get their high five. Sorry, let me put my vape down. So that they can get their high five. And Rosita literally walks up and was like, one of the little girls in the pink, it was so heartbreaking. She looked like she was about to just burst into tears. And her mom was like, oh, it's okay. Like, don't cry. It's okay. And then, they released a statement saying that the Rosita character felt as though, the family was trying to get photos and no photos were permitted during the parade. But we know you fucking lying. Because after that point, when the mother went to complain and nothing was done at that point, let's point that out. Nothing was done at that point. When the mother went to complain, you guys gave your bullshit ass excuse. You released a bullshit ass apology and stuff on social media. I mean, I read the whole bullshit on Instagram. I ain't gonna go through that whole nonsense and stuff with y'all either. But guess what ends up happening? More videos start resurfacing, and you see more and more black children, little black boys and girls, literally trying to get high fives, hugs, just a little bit of attention. And I can't think of the blue creature's name, but it looked like he was like saying, like giving the like SMD signal. And for y'all that don't know what that means, it means suck my, you know what I'm saying?
Never. He was doing the chop.
It did, yeah. Purple
wow.
character. You can go on the YouTube, not YouTube, but you can go on Instagram and you can see it. I'll send you the video. And he kind of like does this like little gesture or whatever. And I'm just like, oh God, I promise you, Bert, Ernie, goddamn Big Bird, all them would have gotten fucking fucked up and been on a goddamn grill, straight up. Because it's disrespectful, and you see the children's faces; they were hurting, and it was just so sad to me. And like I said, you're saying that now that they're going to start going through these you're going to put your employees through these classes and these courses and all these different things. How about you just don't hire racist ass fucking employees?
Right.
I feel like this is something that has been going on for years, and now with technology improving and you guys seeing the everything is now online, everything's being recorded and stuff. Now it's like, I feel like this has been happening for the longest time, and now you guys are actually seeing shit for what the fuck it is.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? This isn't nothing new. And I feel like everybody that was in those costumes, you might as well call them undercover KKKs, because everybody under those costumes had to be white. I promise you. They all had to be white. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. If you can't show, and the fact is, you're not even hurting the adults. This is the sad part about it. You're not even hurting the adults. You're hurting the children. Children are innocent. You're hurting the kids. That baby, those two little girls are going to remember that, I want to say, for like life. When Rosita wouldn't even give me a high five when she just high-fived this little white girl next to me and stood in my face and did the no, no, no. You guys remember Mutombo? No, no, no. Yeah. Hit her, he hit her with one of those. Or she or it, whatever was in the costume. Yeah. I mean, Rich, like I said, you have a child. She's young. So how would you respond in that case?
It would have been a problem.
Seeing the look on those little girls' face.
I'd have made them take a fucking picture. No pictures. Take a picture now, nigga. Turn around and smile. My daughter's crying, but my daughter, if she'd have been crying, I don't know. I would have lost my mind. Her crying because this dumbass character don't want to get, like, if Elsa would not have gave her a high five.
Yeah, that's the tragic part about it. Like, it's a kid. Like, they're there at Sesame World. Do you realize how much business that you're losing? Do you realize how much money black people put into these white businesses? And that's not just Sesame World. That's your Pradas, your Gucci's, your Givenchy's, everything. We put so much money into them, and it just mind boggles me how it seems like if you can afford these things, that means you have wealth. Why don't we keep the wealth within our community and start building up our community, like the Jewish, the Italians, the whites, the Asians? All of them literally do so much better between themselves, and they have so much wealth amongst themselves because they keep the wealth in their community. Everybody here is trying to freaking compete with each other and upstage the next motherfucker to, like, literally be on top. And you don't have to do that if you keep it within your own. Right. If you stop making everything a fucking competition, everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
You know what I'm saying? White people are they're gonna be in competition with each other, but guess what? They're gonna keep it amongst each other. They're not gonna do that shit with black people.
Right.
You're still 3/5 of a person, of a human being to them. So why are you spending money with people that don't even see you as a whole person?
This is true. And a lot of people probably can't even answer that question.
I mean, I can't even. Moving on. You heard about Kodak.
Moving along. What happened with Kodak?
Kodak was arrested again.
No.
So first of all, let's go ahead and give like some love to NBA YoungBoy. He was just released and he beat his case. Okay. So yes, and round of applause for him. But as soon as he gets out, Kodak goes in.
What happened
and
with
it seems like every single time YB is out, Kodak goes right back in. That's like, it just seems to be like the thing here. He was arrested because I think he was pulled over. He didn't have a license and a tag. His tag was expired. His license was expired, something like that. And then they found, what was it? Like, they found like pills or something in his cars.
Kodak?
Yeah. It was Oxy. Those are pills, right? Yeah, they found oxys in his vehicle, and it was just this whole, how you doing? It was just like this whole debacle. He was able to get released, but obviously he has to end up doing some, or not doing some time yet, but going back to jail, not going back to jail, but going back to court to kind of fight the case and seeing like what ends up happening. And, you know, everybody's like, well, hopefully he calls Donald Trump his homeboy to see that he can get out. But
that's who homeboy?
What the fuck? What'd you say?
Donald Trump is whose homeboy?
Kodak. He had him pardoned before he was out of office.
He's probably tired of him.
He was tired of him.
I say he's probably tired of him now. Nigga, I got you pardoned already. I got to do it again.
I mean, stay out of, like, first of all, it's like you're infamous. You can pay for your registration, your tags, your license. Like, get that shit updated. You're an artist. Those are the last things that you should be getting locked up for. And you know that you're gonna have pills. Like, I feel like you already know that you're gonna have you're a walking target, that you're gonna have these bullseyes on your back. So you should also like learn to move a lot smarter. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like YB fans were going crazy. As soon as he got released, everybody was going fucking crazy.
What was he in there? What was he facing? What was he in there for?
Shit. What was YB in? I should know this, and I feel like I do know this, but I'm having a brain fart. Listen, look that shit up your goddamn self. Don't ask me. Look it up.
No. NBA Youngboy, right?
NBA Youngboy, yeah.
I'll tell you right
like
now.
it's like I've seen it so many times on my timeline, and it just like escapes my mind, like why he was actually like locked up and sitting in jail for. But like, you know that he's about to drop some fire. He dropped some fire while he was already incarcerated, but now like he's out. You know that the fire is actually going to be coming. Speaking of fire coming, Lil Durk ended up deleting his social media. He says that when he comes back, he's going to come back with some fire. But before he deleted his social media, he dropped a little buzz of something and asked the crowd, like, you know, are we going to be ready for this? Funny thing, like, because I was just talking about YB and I'm talking about Lil Durk right now. YB's first show is actually going to be in Chicago.
Uh-oh.
So I find that very funny that his first show is going to be in Chicago. And you know that there was like, they had this whole beef kind of thing going or whatever, like when Vaughn was live, like this, it's like this whole shit show. I don't really get into like that type of stuff because that's not my steez, but like, it's just kind of interesting that when you get out, it's like you going and you want some smoke. There's fans that say that he's protected, he'll be straight. And then there's other people that's like, oh, you asking for smoke. Like you want a whole issue. So we're going to see how that turns out because a lot of people said that Durk hasn't slid for Vaughn the way that he's supposed to slide for Vaughn. So we're going to see how that show goes. Cause
I ain't worried about all that shit.
Who, Durk or YB?
Durk.
No.
Cause I'm honestly, he probably like, man, that was his beef. I'm chilling.
No, I mean, Vaughn was like his baby brother. Like, that was like his nigga.
He was, but there's a lot of like speculation on
what? On
them having beef.
On YB and
no, Durk and Vaughn. Like they.
Hold on. Educate me on this. Durk
and Vaughn got locked up together. And,
right.
They felt like Durk told on Vaughn because Durk, you have to watch there's videos on it. Durk, in the courtroom, you see them having heated conversations. You also see a lot of Vaughn songs is talking about his man telling on him, but he forgive him type shit. Vaughn is known to allegedly Vaughn killed one of Durk's cousins, some shit like that.
See, I haven't heard that because I've heard how Durk is really, really for Vaughn and stuff. That was his people. So
it was his people, but
so he allegedly killed one of his cousins. Why would he do that? And they from the same block.
Because people have beef on the same block all the time. So allegedly he won't kill his cousin.
That's how you can tell I'm from the suburbs.
Also allegedly, when Vaughn when Durk had that song, he said, "Son, you killed my cousin, but your asshole in that wood. Now you all in that wood, huh?" Some shit like that. Durk, what's his name, had just died. Vaughn had just died.
Yeah.
And Durk finally, for the first time, he said, you can't wear a rest in peace shirt until the nigga that killed your family is in the ground.
Wow.
Finally, after Vaughn died, in that video is the first time Durk wore a shirt with his cousin on it. Saying rest in peace to his cousin. Because now Durk is dead.
See, I didn't pick up on that. All right. Okay, Richie Rich with the news. Oh.
Right. You in. But, Vaughn got a lot of songs that you got to watch. He's talking about his people snitching on him. And in it, he's wearing, like, the same sweatsuit he wore in court with Durk. And it's, like, a lot of subliminals where they had a lot of underground behind. You know, they was...
So you don't think that they were really, like, family like that? That's why why you don't think he slid for him?
Right. I think they fucked. I think they did business together and they fucked with each other. No, fucked with each other. But I don't think I think that on the low they kind of didn't like each other in some way.
So they were like frenemies in a way.
Frenemies. And then because people even saying like even the way when he died, like Durk ain't nothing happening to nobody about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's over. It's like it's done. He's gone. We good. Let's keep it moving. And they said the nigga the nigga who killed him, even though Vaughn incited all of that, the nigga who killed him was showing mad money like the day after Vaughn died.
Oh, absolutely.
So it was like somebody paid him. It's almost like
wait, you think that he was set up?
Not set up, but it's like we had there was money on his head, and once someone did it, they got paid. That's how that works. If there's money on a nigga head and you it's in the air. I give you 100,000 if this nigga die.
See, fucking up that sandwich.
For anybody. Whoever kills this nigga get 100,000, and then boom, he dies, and the nigga who killed him is shown up with all this.
That's a bounty.
That's exactly what it is.
That's wild.
But a lot of these rappers, they do that. That's why you heard even what's his name said, I put 100 grand on Zimmerman. You know what I'm saying? Roddy Ricch said that. Like, niggas will throw that in the air, and if a nigga take it up, he do it, you got to pay him.
Y'all better stop doing that. That reminds me of another thing. The prosecutor here in Atlanta, I cannot think of Shorty's name.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
She said that there's going to be 2 more major artists that are going to be indicted in the next 60 days. People speculate that one of the artists at least that they're talking about is Lil Baby.
Yeah, they said Lil Baby and who's the other one again?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out who the other person was, but I know Lil Baby. Lil Baby's the main one that people care about because Lil Baby is like.
Lil Baby in 21.
21.
He moving like that.
I thought he was getting deported. What's happening with that?
Nah, he got some Jay-Z and them helped him with that. They helped him. Jay-Z helped him. But the thing is yeah, I think he's the other one. People are saying I don't think he's the other one. I don't know. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's speculated.
People are speculating that he's the second one. It's going to be Lil Baby and him because they're the only two. Because the lady specified that it's going to be high profile.
Lil Baby or Da Baby?
Little Baby. The Baby's not from Atlanta. The Baby's not from Atlanta. It's 2 high profile people from Atlanta.
Yes.
2 high profile groups.
From Atlanta specifically.
Right.
And fans said that if this woman... And this woman is under constant protection at this point because fans have started threatening her. They've sent letters to her house. They've literally shown up at her place. Like, she's got like armored guards at her home right now because of this. And they're trying to incite fear in this woman because of this. I mean,
but that's the reason why these niggas can't get a bail.
Pour me a little bit more.
That's the reason why these niggas can't get a bail though, because they're afraid of witness tampering.
See, can you a little bit more? So. We don't know. We're going to find out within the next 60 days. But all I got to tell you guys
is... because she said within. So.
Within. So I feel like she was honestly giving people a warning. Honestly, guys, I don't know, not necessarily... That's good, babe. I don't know all the countries necessarily that... What's the word for it when you're...
No extradition.
Extradition?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know all the countries that do that, but at this time...
Cuba.
Take your ass there. And go quickly, honey, and make your music from there. Take your team with you there. Meet some new people there because that's where you want to be right now. Within 60 days, you do not want to be having no smoke with this woman. She is highly favored and highly protected at this point. So that's where you're gonna want to be.
They're trying to get rid of niggas.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, I feel like they're trying to eliminate all these rappers at this point.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're trying to get rid of the rap culture.
No, I don't think so. I think what they're doing is they're getting rid of all of these rappers that are moving like gangsters.
Okay,
like
you're getting rid of all these rappers that are moving sloppy or moving like mobs. But let's start it. What about the domestic terrorists that are shooting up grocery stores, schools, churches? Why don't you get rid of and more? Why don't you get rid of them first?
It's hard to pinpoint them because
it's not hard to pinpoint them.
Hold on. Yes, it is because they're not rapping about it. These niggas is doing crimes and rapping about it. Nigga, you remember when I seen you in Lennox Mall and I almost took your head off, but you was there for a real shootout.
Yeah. See, the only reason why I'm not and that's fine. That's fine. See, that's fine, Rich. And I love y'all. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about because at the same time, there's signs in this always with these domestic terrorists that are more of a threat than these rappers are. Like, we gonna shoot each other, and you guys are completely fine with that. But when white...
You know what they trying to do? I'm gonna tell you. I did a lot of research on the terrorism thing.
Hold on, but you said the white person is not gonna what? They're not gonna be like, oh, I'm about to go. Yes, they are though. They are though.
They're telling their white friends.
They're telling their friends. They're posting things on social media. The shooter, for example, that was in Buffalo, New York, that went and shot up. No, he streamed it live. He streamed it live.
Yeah, but
yes, he had notebooks and posts and stuff prior to that.
Yeah, but you got to understand that can help convict him afterwards.
No, that should literally put you on target before anything happens. Right. What about Uvalde, the school? You know what I mean? Like, and the cops' representation there. Like, if you're a black or brown person, if you are a person of color, you're obviously 10 times more targeted than a white person, naturally. Right. But at the same time, the majority of domestic terrorists are all Caucasian, and they're all Caucasian males. There are signs there. They're writing about it. They're drawing photos of it. They're creating maps about it. They literally they don't keep that shit to themselves. They're not in their mom and dad's basement just keeping things to themselves. Somebody knows something, and it doesn't get the same traction that an African American would have. It just doesn't. But the signs are all there. They're always there. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, everybody's trying to like kind of make a whole thing about like if rap lyrics and stuff should be able to be used against you in the court of law. Personally, I mean that kind of goes against the freedom of speech to me. Yeah. And honestly, I don't think that they should, because rappers, in my opinion, they're talking about the things that they've lived through.
Yeah, but you should be talking about the shit that you are past.
Don't nobody want to hear what the fuck you overcame. People want to hear about the struggle. They want to hear about the fight. They want somebody that they can relate to.
That's fine. But when you making millions of dollars, you shouldn't still be killing niggas.
I agree. Now that I 100% agree with.
But that's the problem. If it's a lot of rappers talking about guns, and Jay-Z talking about selling drugs and all that shit, and we love it. But he stopped doing that once he started making money in the industry. These niggas is still out here putting out hits. These niggas is still, giving niggas money to sell drugs. You got to completely come out of that and take your people out of it. Get them niggas jobs. Create jobs for them. Build things.
Well, Thug was trying to build a whole community.
He was, but he was.
And then they shut that shit down.
Allegedly, no. You sure they shut it down?
They're shut. Yes.
They probably shut it down now. Or they probably. I mean, you also got to understand if allegedly he's still into crime. Yeah, they're going to shut it down because they've been watching him since 2012. So at the end of the day, when you submit for something
like that. When they said that he shot up Lil Dwayne's tour bus in, 2014?
When you submit for something like that and we're sitting here and we're still watching you do crimes, we know that you're still doing crimes. We got informants inside your crew telling us you still putting out.
That's why you got to watch the company that you keep, and that's why I don't fuck with nobody.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to look at things like that. That's why stuff like that get denied. That's why people, get the short end of the stick with certain things. It's because of how you're moving at the moment. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about all the shit you did in your past, but you shouldn't be living it while you're talking about it. You can't do that. There's a certain way I live when you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't.
And we don't talk about that.
Right.
We ain't even going to touch on that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, even, when I was doing whatever I was doing, I wouldn't talk about it nowhere. Couldn't. That's why when niggas was talking about doing this and doing that, I'm listening to their rounds like, you can't be still doing that. Talking like that, you bugging the fuck out.
I mean,
and I know niggas who was.
Now,
crazy.
Who else was, in my opinion, crazy and highly unfavored, but favored by many males? Kevin Samuels.
Oh man.
So Kevin Samuels just made headlines again because the cause of his death was just released.
Whoa.
Yes, they actually found that Kevin Samuels had died from hypertension. Yes, complications with hypertension. He was 57 years old, and they were saying that the police were called on the morning of May 5th, Cinco de Drinko. That's when it is. Cinco de Drinko. That's how we celebrated in Florida. But yes, and so the lady in question, they called because he was found unresponsive, and she said that she doesn't know what happened. He just collapsed on her. They were out to eat. They went home for a nightcap. He collapsed on her. She called the cops. She was actually a nurse. And, she started facing a lot of scrutiny because they said that she was the person that they think killed him. But no, they said that it was problems that were related to his hypertension. And he was already taking medications from it, and that it just didn't agree with his body and his heart. And he suffered from heart failure, and that is what killed him. I would say that it was a little bit of karma because of how he treated women in general, but hey, it was hypertension, and that the woman in question has no she had nothing to do with it.
Thank God.
Yeah. But the DJ in Houston, have you heard about that?
No.
They're yes, the one that fell from the 13th floor balcony.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So allegedly, they're saying that what happened was, she came home. She was dropped off by one of her friends because she was highly intoxicated at the time, and so she got dropped off. There was a feud that like kind of escalated in between her and her girlfriend at the time, and she said that she was in the kitchen and the DJ she was kind of like rambling on. She makes her way to the outside and stuff like that. She gets onto the chair, and before she could even reach her and stop her, she got onto the chair and she fell from the 13th floor, falling to her death.
Hold on, what the? Hold on.
Mm-hmm. They tried to say that the girlfriend pushed her, but if you see the photos and the fact that she was intoxicated, it's a possibility that she actually, I'm not going to say she committed suicide, but she was too intoxicated to understand like the magnitude of her situation, and she ended up falling. Now, when you actually read the article, she did not actually fall 13 floors. She fell four floors down to the pool, and that's when the girlfriend found her down there. Like, she didn't even take the elevator. She said the elevator was taking too long. She ran down those stairs, the 4 flights of stairs or so, and that's when she saw her girlfriend laying down there, and I can only imagine what she saw.
Let's reverse.
Okay, let's reverse.
Go ahead. So what you said was she ran over to the balcony and stood on a chair.
Yes, she was standing on a chair because the balcony was apparently like so level high that like there was no way that she could have just pushed her over. She had to be standing on something in order for her to be like falling over. So that means
why would she stand on a chair?
Because she was drunk as fuck.
That's not a reason to stand on a chair.
She was, honey.
Maybe. All right. Can I give you an alleged story?
How many? I'm just gonna ask you this. Have you ever done anything crazy when you were drunk, Rich?
Yeah, but I still had a reason to do it. Now let me get back to my story. So my story allegedly. Because I don't know.
Wait, this is an alleged story?
I don't know what happened.
But this is your story. Okay. And you don't know what happened. Gotcha.
This is my hypothesis.
Okay, you're going to hypothesize. Go ahead.
This is an educated guess. We're arguing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, fuck it.
Rich, can you turn up the sound? Because I have people saying that they can barely hear the YouTube.
On the YouTube?
Yes, please.
YouTube. Tell them to listen closer. Like,
Shut up.
Put your ears to the tubey.
Mom, Dad, Richard says you need to listen closer.
Oh, I wasn't talking to them. All right, so look.
No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
My hypothesis is...
He's hypothesizing.
Right. I mean, what I can hear and what I can see is, hey, all right, boom. We're arguing. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see who's in the pool. There's probably some bitches in the pool since you want to act up. So I get on the thing.
That doesn't even make sense already, but go ahead.
It does, because I got to get on the chair. If it's that high, I got to get on the chair to look down at the pool. So now I'm looking down at the pool, and you're like, you want to go to the fucking pool? Go to the pool and push me. Why would I fall
Go to the fucking pool, push me.
Yeah, like we both drunk, probably acting, you know what I mean? Like
the girlfriend at the time was allegedly not drunk.
Allegedly, she might have anger issues. All I'm saying is,
they do think it's a domestic violence situation.
Right?
But
How the fuck do I just get on a chair and jump off of a balcony that I've been living in for all of this time, and I get drunk all the time?
It's not that she jumped. They said she fell over the balcony.
How do you just fall
That is definitely a possibility. If you're drunk, you're not stable. That's why they say don't drink and drive, because you're not stable.
We're not talking about operating a vehicle. We're talking about
operating a chair. That's my whole point. Not operating a fucking chair. Oh, my God.
You're operating a chair. You're standing up on a balcony, and you're going to, oh, shit, I'm a little too far, and just flip over? No, they probably, and what was you looking down at the pool for? Oh, shorty's in the pool, look. And then it's like, yo.
So you think that the partner pushed her?
I think she did.
You think the partner pushed her?
I think it has something to do with the pool. I don't think she meant to kill her. But I think that it was helped. I don't think she meant to kill her. I would not say that. But I do think that it was helped in some type of way, because you're not just going to fucking fall over. I don't give a fuck how drunk you get. You're not. If you climb,
you can lose your balance easily. I know plenty of people. Look, listen.
I got to see the balcony.
That's what I'm saying. You need to go watch the videos. Google it.
They have a video?
They have photos and stuff of what the balcony looks like, and it was too tall for her. She would literally have to lift her to push her over.
Right.
She had a patio set outside of her balcony.
Tell her, look, you're not drunk. Let me see you get up on that chair. I could get on the chair. Whoop.
I think a lot of people. I don't know. I feel like I need to, before I make an educated decision, I need to kind of hear a little bit more information, because I don't want to sit here and say that the girlfriend pushed her. And
we don't know.
We don't know. I don't want to speculate that she was pushed.
This is my educated guess.
I don't know how educated that is, because when you're drunk, you're not in your right mindset, and I
you
definitely
don't know
believe.
How educated my guess what? Did you hear what I just said?
I heard it.
My shit sounded real good. It don't sound
sounded stupid.
All right, do me a favor.
If you're drunk, sometimes you're not thinking about what you do. Rich,
come me to the back to smoke real quick.
Rich, let me ask you this.
There's a balcony out there.
Rich, let me ask you this.
And a chair.
Rich, let me ask you this.
What you want to do?
Have you ever had a night when you were drunk that you did not remember? Have you ever fucked somebody and did not remember?
No, but I have had a night where I was so drunk that I didn't remember. But guess what? I drove a motor vehicle all the way home.
That's even worse.
We're not
gonna even elaborate more on that. We're not gonna elaborate more on that.
We're talking 50 minutes of driving.
We're not gonna talk about you drinking and driving drunk and not remembering and still getting home. That's not a good look. We're not doing that.
I'm not proud of it. But
I'm not proud of it.
All I'm trying to say is, being drunk and just getting up on a chair and kind of falling over a balcony, that's a little far-fetched. You had to literally be leaning over like, yo, look, I can keep my balance so I can hang off. Like, that's a lot.
I have to keep my balance so I can hang off. No,
I said, look, I can keep my balance. Like,
they were saying that she was almost 3 times the legal limit of being drunk. This girl was out of her mind, wasted. She couldn't. The reason, and the thing is, you have to think about it like this. If she was so sober and so coherent, they would have allowed her to drive her car. The reason she wanted to drive home that night, her friend said, look, you cannot drive. I'm going to take you someplace safe. She was the safest place for her to be at the time was with the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever their situation is. Because, people can say, like, we're separated or whatever the case may be, and you still be fucking with that person. So you're gonna go home to that person.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. The story that they portrayed, that's exactly what the fuck happened.
I'm not saying she wasn't drunk, but I'm just saying I'm just saying it's a possibility that it was foul play. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility.
I'm not going to say that there's not a strong. I'm not going to say you said a strong
possibility.
I'm not going to say that there wasn't a strong possibility.
I bet the house.
But I don't. I always feel like the first thing that people always do is blame the other individual without a fully investigation. You're already guilty by society before the facts are even presented.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So all I'm saying is I personally want to hear more facts, more concrete evidence that I can literally physically see, more videos, more footage, whatever the case may be, that I can physically see before I make an educated guess, that assumption that this is exactly what happened.
But that's what the police is supposed to do.
Right, which is why she's not in jail. And imagine your loved one. Imagine the girl that you love. You might be beefing. And I feel like every couple, there's not one couple that I know that is literally fucking perfect. Everybody go through some shit. Everybody fucking fight their baby daddy, their baby mama, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their girlfriend, their boyfriend. Whatever your situation is, your binaries, your creatures, your dogs, your humans, whatever the fuck it is,
boss,
you go through some shit.
Your cousin, everybody.
Look, listen, West Virginia, they got some problems.
The West Virginia.
But it's
not West Virginia.
I'm just saying that those there are cases where those types of things happen, and it's like literally if you're especially in a toxic situation, things like that can happen.
Right, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to Shorty. Like,
definitely.
I know she's in a better place. She seemed like a very sweet person. Like, I kind of hate, and I find this like very funny in the way social media and certain things work. They never talked about this girl before, but she was well known and well popping in her city in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. But it just seems like when they talk about her, it's only because she's making headlines for her death. Why don't you celebrate me in my life?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I've never heard of her, and that's bad. Yeah,
I'd never heard of her either. But the stories that have been portrayed over time with this, as things are developing, is literally letting people know, like, hey, like, boom, you're looking like you're cool and stuff, but you're an alcoholic that couldn't hold your liquor and you killed yourself. Now, rather you think that she was pushed or not, it's still being painted that way when you have a whole roster of accomplishments that you've already had that no one's ever talked about until you're dead, and they're still not getting talked about because they're talking about how drunk you were. So
yeah, that's not good.
In other news, let's talking about Mr. Living La Vida Loca, Ricky Martin.
Ricky,
have you heard?
No.
Ricky Martin reportedly is facing 50 years in federal prison over an incestuous relationship with his nephew. And if you guys don't know what incest is when you fuck your family member.
And not only a family member, but a boy.
But his nephew, yes.
But a boy.
So right now,
years?
so Ricky Martin is facing 50 years in federal prison over domestic violence earlier this month, where he was reportedly to have had a sexual relationship with his 21-year-old nephew, Dennis Yadis Sanchez, yes. So apparently his nephew has made some serious allegations against him and shared that they have had a relationship with each other for at least
trying to get my nigga?
at least the last year or so. They said that the relationship has lasted minimally 7 months before Dennis called things off. And, you know, once he called things off, Ricky apparently became very obsessive, which, you know, they said that he started showing up to his house unannounced, just kind of doing showing erratic behavior, you know.
The house he probably bought.
And the thing is,
Ricky
and his brother... And his brother, Dennis's brother, is the one that actually revealed that it was the nephew. He's supposed to be.
Sounds like B2K.
Oh Lord! So he's supposed to be. We'll get into that. So he's supposed to be going to jail on July 21st to face his first case as far as that goes. But, you know, and they're in Puerto Rico, and so the penalties against that are a lot harsher than they are in America. And like I said, he's gonna if he's found guilty.
They don't like you fucking your cousins, huh? He said, "Listen here, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's a no-no. You fuck your girl.
That's a no-no.
You fuck your girl cousin. That's
no,
your boy
papi,
cousin.
no papi,
no papi,
no
girl
papi,
cousin,
no
boy cousin. We don't do that."
But Ricky Martin, you know, he released he released a statement, and he was saying that he really can't talk on the case too much, and that he highly denies all the claims that are against him. But yes, right now he is facing charges. 50 years. That's not how
Ricky said it.
50 years
he
federal prison.
I cannot say nothing.
He don't say it like that.
I cannot
he don't say it like that.
I cannot talk about it. They tell me no. People there, they say no, don't talk.
No, I guarantee he doesn't say like that.
No, he probably said like this. Ricky.
Shut up.
Hey, mama. No, I can't do it. I didn't do it. Anyway, go ahead. My bad. I'm sure he sang it. I forgot his song. I was going to sing his song.
Living La Vida Loca. Push and pull
I did not touch his chocha. He said, I did not touch his chocha.
I did not touch his chocha.
Right.
Oh, my God.
No.
So, yes.
Damn, Ricky.
Yeah. Rick, and the thing is, Ricky Martin, you know what I'm saying? Like, once he came out and, you know, he found his partner, I didn't realize he wasn't with his partner any longer, had his children and stuff. He's lived a very low-key life. So I kind of find it a little bit unusual that he would be caught up in something like this, and I don't 100% believe this situation until I find out more facts. But I'm not saying that it's not possible. It's just that I want to get more facts before I literally sit here and say that he would do something like that, because this man has been unproblematic for at least when's the last time you heard about Ricky Martin being on the fucking radar? Goddess,
last time he started fucking a boy.
Rich.
I am not Ricky.
Ricky.
I'm not him. Don't put me in a chair with that queer.
Don't put me in no chair with no squid. Oh, my God.
Did I say that?
Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, it's part of the LGBTQ.
Oh,
plus.
Stop.
It's queer. The Q is for queer. Don't put me in a chair with the
you
queer.
You guys are too much.
Yeah.
I don't think that he did that. Like, I don't know.
He doesn't need to. He can have any boy he wants.
Oh, my God. I mean, he's a beautiful man. You know what I'm saying? He was a sex symbol for the longest. I don't know about you, but I thought that. But when I was a child when I was watching Ricky Martin, growing up. You know what I mean? So it's
you
like
still ready to live La Vida Loca.
Shit, I do live La Vida Loca. That's why I got so many fucking problems right now. Hey,
let's take a shot to that. Hey. That's how you take a shot. Throw it back.
In other news, let's talk about Khloe Kardashian and Tristan cheating Thompson. So we know that Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian are having another child via surrogate, correct?
Oh, no.
Correct.
We didn't know.
He was recently caught in Greece holding hands and canoodling with another woman. Canoodling after with another
cuddling and canoodling.
Canoodling that he was entertaining another bitch. Like, god dang, I be trying to say things very properly, but you gotta make me give the real.
You gotta put me on.
You gotta make me give the real. He was caught canoodling with another woman.
I thought it was cuddling and canoodling.
No, that's not what that is. He was caught canoodling.
Canoodling.
He was caught canoodling with another woman.
Canoodle.
Yes. Around 5 a.m. they were going on a stroll and they were seen holding hands after.
You know canoodling could also be cooking noodles. Like how you know? Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Canoodling.
You a nigga? Cause
I am a nigga. I like that. I'm a cool nigga. I like that.
This man has. Here's the thing.
I'm a cool nigga.
I love Khloe Kardashian. Actually, she's probably my favorite. Cause she before she got with Tristan, she was just the fun one that kept it real. You know what I'm saying? Like she just seems like the most real out of everybody else. Like, Kourtney just got married to Travis. Kim's doing her thing with Pete Davidson, and I mean, I don't know. I don't keep up with the Kardashians anymore like that. Cause I'm not going to download Hulu or whatever the case may be just to watch the show. Nothing like that. But ultimately, they're making headlines again. And it's like at some point, you have to understand, like, toxicity. At some point, you realize, like, why somebody keeps going back and forth to somebody that's not good for them. I can't talk shit because I've been there. You know what I'm saying?
We know.
We know you've been there, too. Everybody's been there.
Yeah. Very toxic.
Keep your judgment to your goddamn self.
Toxic rich. Let's go.
But at the same time, sis, we can't show you no love and no remorse because after a certain point, when this man has cheated, he had a whole baby on you, sis.
Damn.
He had a whole baby on you with the fucking personal trainer, and you still chose to have another baby with him.
Wow.
Like, now I get it. She says that she wanted her children to have the same father, and I get it. I get it. You want them to be raised with the same DNA, the same type of, love, environment, that type of thing like that. And Tristan Thompson, maybe he's not necessarily the worst father. He is to his other children that, he were caught cheating with when you took him from his baby mama and stuff, whatever the case may be. What's up, my guy? But ultimately, it's like you guys know what to expect. You know that he's not a faithful nigga. You know that he's not somebody that's necessarily gonna hold you down. He's gonna keep fucking up and apologizing for the same shit over and over again. And until you do better, you're never gonna do better. You know what I'm saying? Until you do better, you're never gonna do better. But you have to go through things to grow through things. And I feel like she hasn't necessarily reached her point with him yet. And I'm not here to say anything. You can't say anything, Hollywood, Goddess, Rich. Nobody can tell you when you're fed up. But when you fed up, you fed the fuck up. She hasn't reached her level yet, so we gonna move the fuck on because we've reached our level and we don't give you no more
life.
We
fed up.
Period. Orlando Brown.
Orlando
Brown. Okay.
Oh, that's my guy.
Orlando Brown from That's So Raven made a comment to Bow Wow, Shad Moss, saying he had some bomb ass pussy.
That was the real shit I heard. He said, he said, man, if your pussy good, just let the world know. How you said Bow Wow? How niggas said Bow Wow got good pussy?
I find that very. I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. I just find it very interesting. You guys realize that Orlando Brown has had like mental health issues for the longest. Even Raven, That's So Raven. Raven Simone. Yeah. I feel like she was also going through a lot of mental health issues. I feel like a lot of these Disney characters were going through a lot of shit behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them were being sexually molested, abused, had all types of dynamics that were happening behind closed doors that people, the public, we did not know about until you're grown up in in an environment much later to where we can see like, boom, this is what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? We don't know until it's happening because everybody wants to be a part of Disney and the Mickey Mouse Club and all these different things and stuff. That's what made people popular. But Orlando said that Bow Wow had some bomb ass pussy. And, you know, Bow Wow didn't say that before, and, you know, not say that before, but Bow Wow hadn't actually seen it when it came out. But, you know, he basically came onto the show and said, look, I'm a boy, Damon. I'm a boy. And if you guys don't know that reference, you guys need to watch Friday. Well, what is it? Friday after next.
Friday after next. This is what I think, though, right? I'll be honest with you, right?
Why would he single out Bow Wow is the weird thing. Like, that nigga's just weird.
And, you know, and Bow Wow, you know, he did look like a little girl. But the thing that makes it hard is that a lot of these people do have mental issues, but maybe this is where now they're just letting out the real shit. The shit that, you know, I mean, maybe he shouldn't be calling it a pussy, but they obviously did something.
Why do you think that makes him that means that they did something? That makes no sense.
Because he
thought it was
a pussy.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if we're not gonna even drop names, we're just gonna say if one of the tattoo artists comes in here and they're like, Rich got some bomb ass dick, you know what I'm saying? He know how to suck some good dick, this and that. You're gonna say that they obviously did something because we know that you were straight as an arrow.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna take their voice from them.
You're going to take their voice from them. But that's the thing, though. So Bow Wow didn't. That's my point. Bow Wow didn't address it because he said there's no point in addressing it. This man has mental issues.
I understand.
So now you're saying, oh, he obviously did something. But then when I flipped the script and said, what if someone said this about you? Now you're taking their fucking vocal cords.
No, I did. I am going to take their vocal cords because at the end of the day, I'm not going to say there's nothing to talk about.
You're not going to speak on it, though.
No, I am going to speak on it because it ain't happened. I'm not going to
exactly.
No. But he's not speaking on it. I'm saying I will. I'm not going to brush it under the rug. I'm going to defend my honor and my name. I'm not going to have y'all thinking what y'all want to think. I'm going to let y'all know what it is. And I'm going to have that nigga before he loses his vocal cords. The last thing he's going to say is, I was wrong and I was lying. But at the end of the day, like I said, like I was going to say, ain't nobody going to even say that shit because, you know, it got to have some truth to it or they got to not have no respect for you or I don't know, something. But ain't nobody going to say no dumb shit like that about me. You feel me? I don't think there's somebody that's going to make themselves and me look dumb just to make me look dumb. Because he's making himself look dumb.
Yes, he's got mental problems. So I don't believe anything that comes out his mouth because everything that he says is off the wall to stay on. And that's what I'm saying, just to stay on people's minds. Yeah, like, that makes no sense. But you know who needs to have their vocal box cut?
Yeah. Oh.
The Ohio man believed to be an illegal immigrant that was charged in the rape of the 10-year-old girl that was denied an abortion.
What?
And for those of you guys that don't know, okay, a 27-year-old Columbus, Ohio man named Gerson Fuentes was charged for rape of a 10-year-old girl who was denied abortion. Do you guys hear what the fuck I just said? A 10-year-old girl that was denied an abortion.
He needs his
reproductive
organs ripped out.
He needs to have everything ripped out. He needs to be under the jail. That man needs to be literally killed. And literally, I mean, right now he's on hold for a $2 million bond. And that's the problem with these abortion laws right now. Even though it's not necessarily outlawed completely, you know what I'm saying? Certain states are denying that you can get it. So she had to travel across state lines in order to try to receive health care. First of all, this is a little girl. She was denied already. She was denied. Okay? 10 years old. You're not even a preteen. You're not even a preteen.
That's crazy. 10 years old.
You're 4 years older than your daughter.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
And I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just saying that's the realness of the situation.
That's crazy.
My whole point is she's a baby.
Yeah.
Some man does that and you can't even take care of the situation. And they said that she had an at-risk pregnancy for being so young. She couldn't even carry full term. That's crazy to me. And I didn't mean no disrespect. I would never talk about you all night. No. You know, I'm just saying.
You're just trying to make it real.
Yes, I'm just showing people how real the situation is. You know what I mean? And she was still denied. That's crazy to me. I don't understand. I don't understand that. So Biden went on to do a press and he was just like, you know, this is very unacceptable. We won't allow this, you know. And then here comes the thing, because re-election is coming up. He's just like, if I'm basically voted again and stuff, like, I will make sure that this doesn't happen to any more of our American citizens and blah, 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 blah. Like, if you're president now and the shit is still got overturned, if you had that much power and that much pull, you know, you would have made sure that something like that wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Exactly.
So I find that very, very sad. Like, the shit is just overall extremely sad. I don't know, Rich. Like 10 years old. Like I feel like I feel like that's something. Yeah, I would fuck somebody up over my dad. My dad wouldn't play no games. 10 years old. You're still a baby. You're not even a preteen yet. You don't even know what sex is, and your whole innocence is lost. Imagine the trauma that this little girl is going through.
I could never.
Yeah, and I could never, and I would never want to. Like there's just things that I just don't completely like understand how people. And the thing is, like, I don't know why his immigration status or whatever the case, like none of that should have even been mentioned. Who gives a fuck about that? The point is, you committed a crime. You hurt somebody. You violated a child. And this goes back to the 1973 ruling, Roe versus Wade, where having abortions was made legal federally, like nationwide. It wasn't a state thing. It was nationwide because it's my choice, my fucking body. You shouldn't be able to tell me what I should do with my body. But you know who is telling you what you can do with your body?
Who?
Rubio. So he is the Florida governor. So the governor of Florida is wanting to instill a new law that makes giving, and Rich, I actually would love to hear your opinion on this. That wants to make what is it? Child support at birth control, or not at birth control, at conception. So as soon as the woman conceives, you have to start paying child support for that child if she says that you are the father.
That's crazy.
Is it crazy?
It is.
Because I don't see. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he decides, but what I will say is that I'm not against this at all. And the reason why I'm not against this is because if you're able to tell women what we can do with our bodies, men should be held liable as well. And you guys should have to take care of the responsibility. Do you know that this is the highest rate of men that are getting vasectomies, and as young as and younger than 30 years old getting vasectomies at this point? It's a 3 times higher rate right now. 3 times higher than ever in history that are getting vasectomies because of the consequences. So now we're talking Handmaid's Tale.
Wow.
I mean, you guys don't. I'm so sorry. I said Marco. I'm sorry. The governor is Ron DeSantis. Oh, I don't know why I said Rubio. I haven't been back home in like a minute. I'm so sorry. Ron DeSantis. Yeah, he's talking about making it where you have to start giving and y'all forgive me. I am from Florida. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I am from Florida, but like Ron DeSantis is wanting to make child support as soon as you have contraception of like a child. So the men are going to have to be held liable and responsible for that child. I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, it is.
Have you heard about the NBA star Miles Bridges, who's charged with felony domestic violence and child abuse?
No, what do you do?
So the Charlotte Hornets star player Miles Bridges has been charged with felony domestic violence in L.A. For assaulting the mother of his children in front of him. Honestly, they're saying that earlier this month that he turned himself in to police, after beating the mother of his children. And, this has been something that's been in the news prior to this beforehand. And, he's saying that, and I'm going to quote this because I actually just pulled it up. He says, I hate that it has to come to this, but I can't be silent anymore. I've allowed someone to destroy my home, abuse me in every way possible, and traumatize our kids' life. I have nothing to prove to the world, but I won't allow anyone who could do something so horrible to have no remorse and paint a picture of something that I'm not. And this is what he was saying. And he was later released on a bond that was $130,000. And police have now charged him with 1 felony count of injuring a child's parent and 2 felony counts of child abuse under circumstances or conditions likely to create bodily harm or death. I don't know what's up with these NBA and NFL players lately, but a lot of these niggas have like hell of aggression. You know what I'm saying? And it's been like a lot of them have made headlines lately over domestic violence and abuse. And I mean, I don't understand it. Like, explain that, Rich.
I don't know. I mean, it could be the steroids. Like
it could be steroids?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you aggressive. Some of that stuff they take that makes them, stronger and work out strong on the field. that shit gives them aggression. It makes them a little more aggressive.
I thought you're not able to take that, just like you're not able to take HCG.
I mean,
which is the hormone growth.
People take a lot of things they're not supposed to take, so we don't know what they're doing exactly. Because what would make you so angry that you just fucking your family up? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of what's the medical condition? It's not it's CT or something like that.
CT for what?
No, it's something that these I can't think of the name of it, that these NFL players or these athletes go through. They get damage to their head and they have these issues. I can't think of what the name of it is, but they want to claim that. No, it's not a concussion. It's something, but some type of damage that they get to their heads. Oh my God, it's like on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of the name of it, but that they're claiming that they have, so it makes them act erratically and violently.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
And if it's that bad, it doesn't matter how much of a star player that you are. You need to be cut from the fucking team because you are a risk. You are such a risk. And that shit is very scary.
Yeah.
But I want to leave this show because I'm about to go ahead and end this show right now. And I want to leave it on this note. We got Cole's Conversations because I post a lot of this stuff on my page. I said, you guys make sure that you guys follow me at Cole's World. You know, you guys follow my stories and stuff. I'm posting everything that's up to date so you guys can catch all the hot news, the headlines, all the good shit, and the topics, the teas.
Excuse me. Sorry. Did that happen?
Oh, my God.
I thought I moved the mic. Go ahead. Go ahead. Drink to that one.
Okay, so we're talking about a lot of stuff with like sexual abuse, violence, relationships, like different things. I want to leave tonight's show off on this question. In a relationship, Rich Mo.
Yes.
Who do you think hurts the worst after a breakup? The man or the woman? You guys, I want you guys to DM me. Or, you know, I'm going to post this to my page and I'm going to, come back next week and share like the commentary on it before we start like next week's competition and let you guys know or I might do it at the end of the show, but you guys are going to find out next week. But I want to know who hurts more when a relationship is over, the man or the woman. And there's a lot of things that go into this because, you know, it's funny that if a man cheats on a woman and she takes him back, all is good in the world. But if a woman cheats, she is tainted goods. A man does not want to touch her the same way. So that's already a double standard within itself.
Yes, it is.
And I've, had this conversation with several of my male homeboys, like my buddies and stuff like that. And they say that a man hurts a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Every time that they fuck their lady, they have sexual encounters with their woman. I mean, y'all know we keep this show uncensored, so I'm not even going to keep trying to like censor myself. I hate censorship. No. Every time they sleep with their woman, they think about another man touching her. But a woman, I feel like, thinks about the same things. But we love our men so much, we gonna still stand beside them. So I want you guys to answer this question. Who hurts worse after a breakup? And we're going to throw in the fact that cheating does occur. And let's say that the man cheated first. And then later down the line, the woman.
Whoa.
Let's
just say.
Usually the man cheats. More times than not, the man cheats in a relationship.
Let's just say the opposite sex cheated. For sake of both sides, if the opposite sex cheated and they break up, who hurts more? Don't just say one did the other because then that's a stipulation. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you just say, all right, the woman cheated, or if you say the man cheated first, then of course the man's probably going to be more hurt because the woman's going to leave because she's gone.
Child, please.
So let's just say if the opposite sex cheats, who's going to hurt more if the relationship ends?
Fine. If it makes you feel better.
Yes.
If the opposite sex cheats, who hurts more in the breakup? The man or the woman? And Rich, do you want to wait till next week to answer that, or would you like to give some feedback
I'd
now?
like to wait till next week. I want to think about it.
All right. So once again, you guys already know what it is. Every Tuesday, you guys can catch me here live. It's your girl, Coley Cole, in the building. Make sure you guys follow me at Cole's World, your host and your freaking fine-ass host at that, of Wasted Talent, okay? Wasted Talent in the building, powered by Black Ink Radio. Here with my co-host, if you want to call him that, my co-host, Rich Mo, in the building. You know what I'm saying? You guys catch us every Tuesday live. And if you guys want to step out this evening, we are at KOD for Touch the Pole Tuesdays every Tuesday. And last week was a lituation, wasn't it? It was a fucking movie.
Shout
so you guys,
Boogie.
Shout out to Big Boogie,
Waleed.
Yes, shout out to them. And stay tuned. And as I always say, you guys, be rad, be real, be authentic, be dope. Coley Cole out.
You are now tuned in to Black Ink Radio.